finally, we got the second single from Motionless in White's new upcoming album, which is going to be titled Decades, which seemingly, fits pretty well, especially given the subject matter for Afraid of the Dark. And then having listened to Playing God, it definitely fits. Seems like they're really just kind of like going back and revisiting everything that they've done and everything that has led up to this point in their careers, which is pretty cool because I know that they're not the only one, but their longevity is pretty insane for having been around for 20 years at this point, which is insane. To still be putting out, solid quality music is, I feel like there's something to be said about that. A testament to their musicianship and just their overall passion for what they do, and their willingness to put in work and not just kind of like pump out half-ass stuff just because they've been around forever. Overall, I was pretty pleased with the new single. I've listened to it not as much as I have Afraid of the Dark, but I've listened to it maybe like 5 times so far, and yeah, I mean, I have to say I really fuck with it. I am really happy to hear that they are going heavier on this album, which is, I've stated it before, but that's my favorite type of sound from them, is that really like heavy, dark, and gritty approach that they take. Super cool achievement for them. They got Corey Taylor from Slipknot on there as well as a feature, and that kind of made the song for me, to be honest. His last verse, I mean, he's just repeating what Chris said, but that growl that he does to finish the song off, dude, it sent shivers down my body the first time I heard it. That was fucking insane. I do have to say, though, that, I mean, I guess it kind of fits for their music because they can be a little cringe at times. What's the lyric? Chris says it first and then Corey repeats it. I actually think it's what finishes the song. They say something like, "Lick the fucking dirt off my boots like a good dog," or something like that. And yeah, I don't know why, but that, like, it's just so funny to me. It's very cringe, I feel like, but it's also pretty in line with who they are as a band. Yeah, it's just little stuff like that that I could do without, but again, I mean, it's a part of who they are, so it kind of comes with the territory, I feel like. But I mean, that's fine, because I feel like the rest of the song makes up for it. Although there is one, I think it's 2 separate verses, but at one part he says like, "So shut the fuck up," and then another one he's like, "So get fucked." And I don't know why, but just his delivery on that, I honestly don't know how to explain what I don't like about it, other than just me saying that I am not fond of it. The album art also looks fucking insane, and if it's a glimpse as into what is to come, along with Playing God, then I think that this album will be a top contender for me for sure out of their entire discography. Like, could be in a top 3 position. I thought about it earlier, I just didn't touch on it because I wanted to finish my train of thought. Scrim put out a new solo, or a new single from his upcoming solo project. Runaway, I think, is what the project's called. The song is Cortisol, and I played it through my speaker the other day when I was in the shower, and I fucked with it. Like, just the beat and everything, I thought that it was solid. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. Um, to quote Kevin from Turning the Tables, if y'all know who that is, it didn't like blow my cock off or anything, but I mean, it was a solid little song. The highlight for me by far was when the drums came in, but they come in like midway through the song. I think it's midway anyways. I'm not sure. It's towards the end, but I don't know, man. It, like none of the lyrics really like caught my attention or blew me away. So it just, I don't know. It felt pretty similar to a lot of his other stuff. He says that there's a bunch of hard shit on the album, and he said something like, fuck your microwave music, like your minute 30 songs, we're dropping like 4+ minute songs, which is fine because I do like longer songs. I'm not a fan of the whole like sub 2-minute song. But I think it's funny that he said that, drops a 3-minute song that sounds like a bunch of his other music, and yeah, I mean, there's really nothing distinguishing this from his other projects. Well, A Man Rose from the Dead, I feel like, has the most unique sound out of all of them. Like, Lonely Boy and Via Crucis has their moments where he sprinkles in some stuff that I, like, truly fuck with. But for the most part, I still feel like it's all pretty... Like, Lonely Boy, I think when it dropped, I loved it. Going back to it now, I find it hard to listen to because so much of it sounds the same. But even with that being said, I'm still going to give the new album a shot when it drops. It's supposed to be like 3 hours and 12 minutes. So it's going to be a lot to take in all at once. And my main concern is that he diversifies it enough to where I don't get bored. Because if it's 3 hours of similar sounds to his last 2 projects, I'm probably not even going to make it halfway through it, to be honest. I will sit here and cherry pick the songs that I see people talking about the most, give those a listen, and maybe pick a few based on the titles. I think Nightmare on the North Side 4 is going to be on there, so that's, no matter where that's placed at on the album, you best believe I'm going to listen to that. Because aside from the third one, for me, those never miss. And even then, the third one's fine. It's just that one fucking Fortnite bar is like... I feel like it fucks with the whole song. Like, it's such a good song up until he drops that bar. And it's like I can't take it seriously anymore. But the first one off of A Man Rose from the Dead, and then the second one off of Lonely Boy, gas. Love it. I also did find, I've seen it pop up on my feed a bunch on YouTube, or like my recommended, whatever the fuck it's called. I never really listened to it until last week. I put it on while I was cleaning my house. It's like 5 hours of psychedelic rock. And it's just a massive playlist that this person made. And shit is a vibe. It was what I needed that day while I was cleaning. It was one of those days where like nothing I put on I was feeling. I couldn't get in the groove of anything, whether it be getting a good pace for like putting my laundry away or like vacuuming or doing anything. But I put that on and it was like it flipped a switch in my brain and I locked in, and I got a fair amount of stuff done, to be honest. So I'll put the link to that in the description. I don't have Spotify, but for anyone that does have Spotify, they in the description they made a whole playlist of everything that's on the YouTube version on Spotify, which I thought was pretty cool. Because I'm gonna have to go through and like write down all the song names and the artist names and everything, and just hope to God that it's on Apple Music and like just make that playlist by hand, because I would like to have it downloaded and not have to rely on YouTube. And it's not even the only one they've got either. I went to their channel and they've got like 5 or 6 of those playlists. I'm not sure how different they are, or if it's a bunch of the same stuff with just a couple new songs added here and there. Because like there's this one playlist I have that I think Apple Music made it. It's called Evergreen, and it's just a bunch of alternative like indie type music. And I think I downloaded it probably 2 or 3 years ago for the first time, and there's a very good portion of what was on there when I first downloaded it that is still on there. Granted, there is some new stuff, sprinkled in here and there, but I put it on probably a couple months ago, and it was so much of the same stuff that it said it was updated. Alright, so I guess with the new update that they did, it doesn't show when it was last updated anymore. I'm looking at it again. Maybe I was a little too harsh. I probably should have looked before I started talking shit. It seems like they did update it a fair amount based on what I'm seeing right now, which is good because it gives me an incentive to listen to it again. I am seeing stuff that was on there before, but not nearly as much as it was the last time I listened to it, so that's cool. So yeah, that's something to check out too, if y'all are interested. I came across this band the other day. I just saw it pop up on YouTube. I genuinely don't have much to say, really, if anything, to say about the music itself. However, if you like what I could only assume it to be is like a joke band, I can't imagine that they take themselves too seriously. Their name is Cum Beast. They're a death metal band, and I did listen to a couple of their songs. So this is the video that I got recommended that pulled me in. All I saw was Cum Beast, Spermafrost, and somebody commented my exact thoughts, which was physically unskippable artist name and track title. I listened to the whole song. I mean, it's heavy. That's about all I can say. The video for it was intriguing, to say the least. Whoever did the graphics for that, kudos. And so then I checked out their Apple Music, like their artist page, and I saw I can't even take this fucking serious right now. Tracks like Coctopus, Anal Condom, and my personal favorite was Forest Fap Frenzy off of the album Fairy Tales of Filth. I did want to touch on the fact that I have gotten more into Whitechapel lately. I did a blind buy of Hymns and Dissonance the other day from my local record shop. I like to go in and just like take something off the shelves that seems interesting. The last time I went in, that's what it was. Well, actually, my girlfriend got it for me. But anyways, I finally got around to listening to it, and I have to say, fucking love it. It's not the first thing I've heard from them. I have heard The Saw Is the Law. A friend of mine played that for me. And then their self-titled album. I have that on CD as well. And I don't really remember any of the names of the songs from their self-titled album. What I do remember is that I really enjoyed it. I really think that Phil is a great vocalist. I think he's got some insane gutturals and some insane pig squeals. I would definitely say I'm a lot more familiar with Hymns and Dissonance. I've had that on rotation pretty heavy. It's at least once a day I listen to it at this point. I was told going into it, because I had heard stuff about the album before I ever got around to listening to it, and the same friend that told me about The Saw Is the Law was like, bro, A Visceral Wretch is insane, and he was right. As soon as it came on, I was driving to work, I was like, holy shit. I love that song so much. I think that and Bedlam are my top two. Bedlam is a song that no matter what I'm doing or where I'm at, whenever I hear it, I immediately know what it is just from the intro. That heavy, just like chug almost. My ears perk up to it, and I'm immediately drawn in. It's such a good song, man. I also saw that Lorna Shore brought Phil out on stage for one of their songs. I don't remember what it was, but I thought it was funny. Like, I couldn't help but laugh. Just something about how casually Phil walks on stage, picks up the mic, lays down some of the filthiest vocals, and then just puts the shit down and just walks away like it was nothing. And I mean, I guess to him it really is nothing. He's been in the game for fucking like almost 20 years at this point. I'm really growing to love Whitechapel, and I think that they'll be within at least my top 5 for my favorite bands, no doubt. I thought that it was cool that they kind of came together like that. It would be sick to have one feature on the other's album. I don't care who, I don't care what, like, yeah. I think that it would do really well. I don't know when this is gonna go up, but as of now when I'm recording it, it's technically Mother's Day. Not that I assume any mothers watch my videos, but in the off chance that they do, happy Mother's Day, and I hope y'all had a good day. Even though this is probably gonna go up days after that, I still just want to throw that in here. As always, if y'all have heard any new music, drop it down below and let me know so I can check it out, because I'm always looking for new shit. See y'all in the next one. Peace.